Jon Rahm joins us now at the 108th PGA Championship. Jon, welcome to Aronimink and your 10th PGA Championship. How are you feeling about your game coming into the season's second major?
Keep hearing this is my 10th major here and then. Even though I feel pretty young, I'm feeling pretty old at the same time. Hard to believe it's been a decade of majors already. Feeling good. It's been obviously a good year. Last week was a proper test of golf. You know, those Trump properties are usually pretty good golf courses, and with the wind switching, even though the scores were low because the greens were in absolute perfect condition and receptive, and the fairways were running out so much, I thought it was a really good test. Didn't hit it my best, but you know, you can learn a few things on a week prior to a major, so feeling pretty good and hoping I can keep the good form going.
Great, thanks, Jon. We'll start with some questions right here with Luke on A.
Hey, Jon, what's up? This is kind of a random question, but you have like the best par 3 scoring average of anybody in the past 10 years when you put it all together and look at it. Just wondering from like a strategy perspective, if you do anything different on par 3s compared to say like an approach shot of the same distance?
No. I honestly, I am actually surprised I would be the one, because it's usually a see flag, hit flag type of attitude. So I know there's nothing special that goes into it. There's some holes where, yeah, like obviously, if you play in the 17th hole here, certain pin locations, you might need to be a bit more passive, but nothing that goes actively into that, no.
Yeah, so nothing actively different. It's the same process.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Yeah. I mean, the only good thing is that you're guaranteed a good lie on a par 3. So, if I would say mid to long iron game, I'm pretty good, and I think that probably has something to do with it. But there's nothing that goes into it any different to any other shot. No.
Up to Dan on mic 3.
Rory was in here saying that at these old courses that do restorations and they take out all the trees, that he feels like it turns the strategy into kind of like just hit driver on every hole and kind of figure it out from there. How do you feel about this kind of trend in golf architecture of cutting down a bunch of trees?
I don't know about it. I've been making this joke for the last few years where I see a lot of golf courses come in saying, look, 100 years ago, this golf course was like this. There was no trees. And then in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, they planted those trees with the future vision of having the trees in play, and now you're taking them all out. So while I see both points, I don't know which one is more valid than the next. I do believe a lot of it has to do with course conditions, right? Some of these big oak trees out here in the wintertime, when the leaves are falling, might get a little bit more rain or snow. Taking some out can help with, I would say, wind flow and overall conditions of the course. I think the course setup that was expected in the 30s, 40s, and 50s compared to what we have right now with how tight the grass is and how meticulous everything is probably has something to do with it as well. I think golf has evolved, and for the overall health of the course, they might need to take those trees out. However, when it comes to the playability, I don't know, because I've never played this course with trees. I'm pretty sure in 2018 it looked very similar to what we have right now. So it does seem like it would let you be able to be more aggressive of the tees. Yeah, and it's quite a few lengthy holes out there. So it also, the game has shifted a bit that way nowadays, right? I think with advances in the study of the game and biomechanics and the technology of the drivers and the golf ball, you're going to have a lot of players that hit it very far, be very accurate. And it's going to be very difficult to lay back to hit fairways and have the same scoring opportunities, even though you're in the fairway with a 5-iron, whereas a player like Rory with a wedge out of the rough is still going to be pretty capable. So it's also the name of the game, I think, nowadays.
Ben on B.
Jon, a Spanish golfer hasn't won this tournament yet, and if you win this week, you would complete the Spanish Grand Slam. I know, as someone who cares so much about history of the game, how much would that mean to you, and does that sort of give you an extra incentive every time you come to this tournament to get that achievement?
It does mean a lot. It's not only that, it's also really, I think statistically, for whatever reason, our poorest performance across all majors, right? Because even Ollie and Sergio had quite a few chances at the Open. They've had the chances at the U.S. Open with Sevi as well, and Sergio. And I'm not so sure about Ollie, but at the PGA, they did remind me last year that for whatever reason is the one that we haven't performed our best at. I don't know why, but it is something that is in my mind. Obviously, having one left, it would be wonderful to close that fourth leg of the Grand Slam. Even though every major is extremely special in that way, to tie it all together with the greats of the past of Spain would be quite unique.
Over to Mike on A.
John, how would you compare your form coming into this major with the form going into your two major wins?
Well, can't get too much into the U.S. Open with the whole COVID fiasco. So, and 2023 was odd. Even though I played fantastic in January and February, most of March I played really bad golf. Right, I had 3 wins early, played incredible, and then at match play in Bay Hill, even though I shot a really good first round at Bay Hill, I barely survived to make the cut, and it was a piss poor weekend. Same as match play, I didn't play good, and in an essence, for how good I had been playing, I got to Augusta under the radar, like not really in anybody's mind. So each one has been a very different experience. I can't really tell you about the U.S. Open because I was at home for a good 5-6 days without being able to do much. If it goes golf-wise, I think the most comfortable I was playing was 21. I think 21, when it comes to swing, was one of my best years. It was really, really good. Just in general, when I went out there, I didn't think I could do any wrong, and it showed with my consistency across the board in all tournaments I played that year. 23 was a bit more up and down, especially after the Masters on. I didn't play great, so each one is different. I would say somewhere in between right now. Very, very comfortable in general. But I've been playing, obviously, besides the Masters, pretty good golf up until now. So hard to compare them. Each one is so different, and we evolve as people. But I would say somewhere in between those two. I wish I was swinging it as good as I was in 21, because that Memorial, those 3 days, was arguably the best golf I could possibly play.
Thanks.
Up to Shane on 6.
John, when you signed with LIV a couple years ago, you had made remarks to the effect of hoping that it might help accelerate a merger between the PGA Tour and LIV. When you look back at that now, A, how surprised are you about how things have gone? And B, if you had had a crystal ball in 2024, would you have done anything differently than you did?
I was never thinking that I was going to be any sort of weight that would tip the scales to make things come together. That was never an argument in my mind. When asked if that was the case for people who come together, great, but I never made the decision based on that. Now, I would also say I've made a lot of decisions in my mind, in my life, and I've never gone back thinking, oh, well, had I known this again, I would do X and Y different. I could probably do that about 15 different shots on the golf course every single day. If I lived my life like that as a golfer, I'll be a very pessimistic person. So I'm already intense enough as it is in that sense. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, and all we can do is learn from things that have happened in the past, good and bad. So just speculating on what could have been different doesn't really make much sense.
I think as a human being, just anybody, it's very difficult to resist the urge to kind of go over prior decisions.
Yep.
So, but you're saying that you are capable of doing that. You're able to sort of put that kind of reverse speculation out of your head.
Well, we all go back, right? We all think what could have been or what couldn't have been. It's inevitable. But if you've made if whatever decision you've made or choice is thought through and made for the reasons that you think are proper reasons, there's no sense in dwelling on it. In fact, you shouldn't really be unhappy about it, right? At least there's nothing that you regret. If the terms change afterward, like it's happened with LIV, where things have changed a little bit, that's an afterthought, not not a problem from the choice, right? Obviously, the elements have changed a little bit. That's it.
Right here on B.
John, it seemed at the beginning that you had a hard time believing that it's been a decade of majors. How is it for all of us to, like, how is it to be top 5, top 10 player in the world with all the experiences that comes with being in that group?
It's great. It's fantastic. I have a hard time wrapping my head around the fact that it's been 10 years. It's been really good. I mean, I want to aspire to be the best I can be, and that's led me to play golf at a really high level. So that's why I can say it is pretty cool and pretty unique, and I hope I can keep doing it in the next decade as well.
Over to Gary on 4.
John, being 10 years into this across the board with all the majors, diet, rest, recovery, optimization, all those things are vital to your process. How much do you and your team verbalize winning?
Boy, I would say it's a complicated answer, and I'll tell you why. One of the first things I ever told Adam before we started working together, I said, every decision we make on the golf course is to win, right? If we have a chance to win, 4 holes left, I'm going to try to take it. I don't care if I finish 2nd or 10th. The job is to try to win, right? And I basically tell that to everybody that's on my team. My goal, I'm a competitor first, and I want to win. Now, with that said, we play in a sport where the winningest player in history won 30% of the time. So, in theory, compared to other sports, not that often, right? So, I think you have to take the wins in every single day on every single thing that you do, right? Like sometimes that 5th place might be a really good week. You've done some good things, right? You made some mistakes, you can learn from that, move on. So you have to appreciate the wins in a different way, not all of them mean that you're holding a trophy. It could be a lot more intricate than that, but I think at my best I was at 10% win ratio, which luckily has been enough to pretty much win every single year I've played, besides one, and I should be very fortunate to be able to do that. But in between, there's been plenty of times where I consider, let's say, 2, 3, 4 tournament stretch a win because of certain things I did well, right? So it's very present, but you can't just take it directly on just winning tournaments, at least the way I see it.
We'll go Doug and Josh on 2.
John, how do you measure improvement? How do you know if you're a better golfer than you were last year, than 2 years ago, et cetera?
I think sometimes the feel you have, like feel like that you're doing certain things well. Sometimes it might not reflect in the score for whatever it may be, right? But I think it's a feeling you have as a player that things are getting better, and then sometimes all of a sudden it shows, right? I don't know. It would be hard to explain, to be honest.
Well, if you look at last year, where I think you felt like you finished second every week, but didn't win, was that a good year? And if it was obviously a very consistent year, do you not ask yourself, what is keeping me from one shot better, from winning?
100%, yeah, I do. I would say it was a good year. I mean, the fact that I showed the consistency I did and put myself in position many times. But I could also go back in certain tournaments, in certain moments where I made some mistakes, whether it's strategic or process mistakes that I could have done better. And over the course of a whole tournament, it only takes us one mistake sometimes to set you back enough to not win. So I also had 2 playoff losses, and one hitting the flagstick, one where I hit a good putt, it was just a misread, and other people play good. So that can be a part of it as well, right? It's some things are out of your control. But I saw last year as a year of learning certain things, right? Like just the best way I can explain it possibly is a year of growth, and not necessarily golf related, right? Could be outside of golf. And I think some of that has shown early on this year with 2 wins already and having a chance to win a couple others.
John, going back to Shane's question, you said you don't look back and think about what you could have done differently, but you do learn. So what did you learn from the decision to go to LIV? What have you learned since making that decision?
That is for me to know. And that's about that.
Okay. Going back to Quail Hollow last year, after you finished, you said it was the most fun you'd had on the golf course in a while. In a year of growth, what did you learn from that Sunday and that term in general?
You know, with some things I was working on with my swing that held me back. Like I've said a few times, it started in 2023, kind of for various different reasons. But it was just nice to go on a Sunday and actually feel as good as I did and enjoy the moment, even though it didn't finish the way I wanted to, right? I wish a bad putt from long of 15 and then an unfortunate drive on 16 and a bad process on 17. Those three moments right there, I've learned things that I could have done better. But besides that, those 30 minutes, it was a tournament in which I finally felt really comfortable with certain parts of my game and hitting certain shots. And that's why it was so enjoyable. It was really fun to be out there in the landscape nowadays in which, as players in LIV, we hear a lot of things from articles, from social media, from comments, and while I understand why things are being said, it's something you have to deal with. And to go on that Sunday, playing against Scotty, who has the lead, and feel the support and love I felt from the crowd is probably what made it so enjoyable. To realize that the truth sometimes is very different to what it's made up to be, right? And when I made that birdie putt on 11 and I hit those good shots on 12 and 13 and almost made the putt on 13, the support from the crowd and the cheering from the crowd was what made it so much fun. It was a realization of having such support from the crowd and playing good golf that made me realize in a way how I'm truly perceived from the public as opposed to what I read sometimes.
Brendan on A.
Hey, John. You said that you felt like you were under the radar for your Masters win, right? You'd won twice that January. You'd won that February. So I guess, like, have you generally felt like you've been under the radar, and even in like kind of bigger picture question, like since you ascended to world number one, like how cognizant have you been about like where you are in that like best player in the world conversation? You know what I mean?
Honestly, I think we're all aware enough to know where we stand on that ranking. When I said under the radar, is because on that month of March I actually played pretty bad. So it's not like, right, when I was getting questions at Augusta, it was nothing about the 3 tournaments I'd won. It was more about how poorly I played the previous 2 weeks, which is not always indicative of how things are, obviously, as you showed that week. But it was just funny to get on that press conference and feel like, oh, well, as good as I played this year, nobody expects anything good from me this week. It was just funny in that sense. When it comes to the rankings, obviously it's a little trickier nowadays, even though we're getting some points in LIV. It's still, I think as players we know, we usually have a fairly good assessment of where we stand. And I don't really necessarily need a ranking to tell me where I'm at or what I feel like I'm at.
So what's that assessment been for you?
Well, this year, I mean, I'm not going to get into specifics. I will just say I feel like the way I've played, including the last 3 years, I would say I feel like I'm I feel like I'm playing better than the ranking that I have right now. I'm not going to get into details of what number I would be because I don't want to insult any player that's been playing fantastic golf, but I feel like higher than I am right now, that would be fair.
Wrap things up over here with Ian and then Juan.
John, with all the noise surrounding the future of LIV, how do you compartmentalize and make sure it doesn't become a distraction coming into a big event such as this week?
Well, yeah, it is something we've had to deal with, obviously, the week of Mexico and last week a little bit more. But it's just some things that are out of my control, right? I think I said it last week. Out of the few talents I have in my life, fixing a business is not one of them. I might be the worst person for that. So my job is to play golf. Luckily, I'm decent at it, and that's what I can focus on, right? What I can focus on is the next shot. Is the people in charge of LIV, whose job I do not envy for a second. Not now, not when things are going good, because it's not something I think I could do. It is their job to fix it, right? So when it comes to compartmentalizing, when you see it from that point of view, there's really not much to it, right? I have faith in the work that they're doing. I have faith that they're going to come up with a good plan, and until that plan is explained to us, there's essentially, not that there isn't anything to worry about, but I don't think I need to add any attention to it.
But you say it's something you can't control. In my experience, golfers like to be in control of most things. So is that discomforting?
You know, I'm going to speak for myself here. It is funny in a sport that we like to be in control so much, how little we are actually in control, right? Because once you hit the ball, that's it. You're in control of what you think and what you're feeling. And for essentially a sport in which the result of the shot is pretty much completely deterministic to what we do, knowing that it's our fault how much we deflect, at least I deflect, is just a funny irony in within that of knowing that I'm in control, knowing that I'm the one doing things, how much I can deflect in the moment towards it wasn't my fault, because sometimes it's just hard to accept that it's your fault. But in that sense, yeah, you want to be in control, but I'm in control of my golf game. I'm not in control of everything else, right? So that's why I can see how it could be hard, but not really.